It's the deal with the devil that keeps on going forever and ever. It's your boy KFC, Feidelberg, and the biggest shit stirrer at the company, Tommy Smoke.
I don't know if that's true.
I think that's absolutely
It's a pleasure to be here.
For whatever reason, the last couple weeks, everybody felt that Barstool Radio was missing. And I heard it. I saw it in my social media and my feedback. I heard it in my personal life. My friends, some family members were like, I used to always keep up with Barstool Radio, and now I miss it. And a lot of commenters and feedback and tweet. Like, it just seemed like there was this like groundswell of people who wanted Barstool Radio back. And then out of nowhere, out of the fucking clouds, because Barstool, when the story of Barstool is written, it's always all about the timing and how things work out perfectly for Barstool and one man, Dave Portnoy. And it like could not be a better time to drop it, with Dave rebuying 100% of the company and going back independent. It's an episode of Entourage with an episode of Succession mixed with the fucking Kardashians. It is unimaginable. And I said I felt like for the first time in maybe 10 years, I was a fan again. Like, I didn't even feel like an employee yesterday. I was like, I can't even imagine what it was like for actual fans, people who rode with us in the beginning and then either stuck with us throughout the whole way, or if they fell off, they came back. To hear the news that, like, your favorite company, radio show, podcast network, whatever, is back is, like, some of the greatest news you can get as, like, if you are a cube monkey rotting away at work, you hated your job, all you had was Barstool, and now, like, the band's getting back together. It's like your favorite show that got canceled being picked up by Netflix. It's like your band getting back together for a reunion tour. It is, I felt like, for the first time in a long time, like, fuck yes. Feidelberg was like, we're getting tattoos. We're going Fasoli. Put the Viva on our legs.
I said, don't let me out of this building. Like, until I come down off this high, don't let me out of the building.
There was a lot of chance yesterday of bury me here. Bury me underneath this building. We will die at this company.
So we got...
Everyone's a little too eager to die here.
Yeah. I'm going to die 70 years from now, but...
We got Frankie back behind the glass. My man.
Fucking right I am.
Let's
I'm back,
Frankie.
baby.
Go.
So throughout the meeting yesterday, there were a couple of times where, like, I feel like everyone was almost nervous to cheer. Because Dave didn't give the lead up, like... Dave's getting like, I bought back 100% of the company. He did it very casually. Mm-hmm. Where if he was like, I bought 100% back, the place was ready to explode, and it did get explosions.
There were these pops, but what it was is there was no way to really end it. Like Dave was kind of like, so that's everything. Like, that's all you need to know. And then there was a brief silence, and then the MVP. If it wasn't for Frankie, I don't know how that meeting would have ended. Frankie just went, yeah, whoa!
I mean, that meeting is synonymous with my yeah. I mean, everyone will remember that meeting. With
yesterday will be remembered for your yeah.
You know what was even funnier? That was a perfect moment. I almost missed the whole thing. I was talking to Roan. I didn't know when the meeting was about to happen. We came in late. Feidelberg's dressed up like a clown, just got off the golf course. Like, the imagery of that meeting for the people who were there is forever going to be. We need like a new mural of that fucking scene. It's, we'll take some calls. We'll talk about it. It is, it's like truly a script that Hollywood would turn down. And so no better time to dive back into it. But beyond just that news, no better time for Barstool Radio with the New York office, people feeling like it's in flux and not knowing what's going on. We now have like a central show or hub or whatever you want to call it. So this will be on every day. I think it'll just the difference in the company, the culture, the vibe was, I mean, palpable to say the least. Like, I hung out till like 7:00 last night, just like goofing. You know what it really was? And thank God for this son of a bitch too. Everybody just hung around to clown on Nate, and it was great. Right away, Viva La Stool posted videos of us making fun of Nate with one of the most tone-deaf, socially inept moves I've ever seen in my entire life.
I disagree. I think it's an amazing move.
Well,
and I'm jealous I didn't think of it myself.
That says it all. That says it all. Last night, Dave's obviously in town. Gaz is even in town. Littlefinger, the new you want to know who's really pulling the strings? It's fucking Gaz. Gaz basically runs the company now.
By the way, before the meeting, Gaz was like, he's like, yeah, I'm about to give a nice presentation on TikTok. I was like, don't talk to me like I'm a fucking
Shut
asshole.
the fuck up.
This is an all hands meeting that was decided this morning. Don't talk to me like I'm a fucking asshole, Gaz.
So it's Dave, Gaz, and Erika are going to dinner. And who decides to be the fourth wheel? Eric Nathan. Eric. Not only does he not understand, they're going to go and they're going to talk about some things that they probably can't talk about in front of Nate, and they're going to, revel in what is one of the best deals that, business has ever been done, and just live in the moment. Not only is Nate just going to be there going so what about cracking aces? He also was dressed like goddamn Frankenstein from Big Daddy. It looked like a little child. I mean, that's how Nate dresses every day, where he had on his baseball cap with his fucking sunglasses on top of it. He had his backpack pulled up like he looked like Billy Madison going to school. He had on, whatever shitty pair of pants he has on. And what was on his feet, John?
He's wearing LA Gears. His shoes. He was going to a dinner with insanely wealthy people.
CEOs. Titans of industry now.
Who just got their company back. And Nate's shoes at dinner lit up.
When Nate walked into the restaurant with that gang, his shoes were lighting up.
I feel like it was being overshadowed in the moment by how crazy his idea to go was. And I've been out with Nate this past weekend where he was wearing the shoes. It's not a bit. Nate just likes the shoes. I want to stress these are actual LA Gears, that you used to go
old school light up LA Gears.
LA Gears, and he just wore them. I know where they went to dinner now because he called me afterwards because we're gonna have to get Nate in here. But
gotta get the dog.
He'll
be the first
in the world.
Oh my god! I mean, Nate, for a million reasons, is over the fucking moon.
I just texted Nate. I go, "Are you gonna come in here and defend yourself?" He goes, "Should I?"
That's the fucking point, dog. Let's go.
I texted him last night. I was like, "So how was the dinner?" And he goes, "Guess we can talk about it on Barstool Radio tomorrow."
Well, that's why it is a brilliant move. But I will say, we clowned him for going. We clowned him for his outfit. He was kind of like, "What do you mean? What's the big deal?" Within 30 seconds of them arriving, he texted Trent, "I have no idea why I'm here." We all tried to warn you right to your goddamn face, you clown.
He does that thing. He's going to do it again now. Where he's going to be, why is it weird?
Why is this even?
Have you ever done it before?
Yeah.
No? Then it's weird.
It's fucking weird. If a whole room of people go, what the fuck is going on? It's fucking weird. He's doing a slow walk. He's going to do this with his hands. He's going to go what?
Chin up to the ceiling.
What's up, dog? The dog is in the building. How was dinner? Yeah, I mean.
Are you on? Is his mic on? It's not coming through my headphones.
Yeah, well, Frankie hasn't worked in 3 years.
There he is.
Frankie just got off the golf course for the first time in half a decade.
Also, he has that question, whose life is ruined now that Dave's back? It's Frankie Borelli.
So Frank, you're going to be
Also-
producing every day,
No,
right?
absolutely not. I already told KFC to his face I will not be doing that. The intro song did not play on YouTube, so we're just off with a fucking bang. I don't know, we were on mute. How the fuck are we on mute?
So we're sitting there nodding around to nothing. We of
It's
course
an
we're
L.
starting with the good
It's an L.
vibrations.
And you didn't play Nate's intro song either.
Of course I did.
Oh, okay. That didn't play for
hear
us.
that.
Didn't play for us.
That's bizarre.
Okay, well, listen.
All right.
We used to be on Sirius. We're now on our YouTube. We're gonna have some growing pains. This all came together very last minute. Nate changed out of the LA Gears. He's in his Air Maxes now. So you were like, I don't get the big deal, but then very quickly you texted like, I don't know why I'm here.
Had I known the big three and Gaz were going to dinner last night, I wouldn't have worn LA Gear sneakers.
But you wore them like we hung out this weekend. You just wore
They're
them.
very comfortable. You don't know this. I broke my foot.
Oh, that's
ago,
right. That's
and
right.
they're very padded. They're very good for that.
So
Oh, that's right. You texted me a video of this is crazy. You had an orthopedic in LA Gears.
I have to.
That has to be the first time that's ever happened.
I would say so, yeah.
it has to be the first time LA Gears have ever been in a size above like size
Here comes
4.
our king. Everyone stay cool. Here
All
comes our
right,
king.
Dave's in the building.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Not happy with me.
we'll get a lot. He's not happy with you right now.
Dave and the
Dave's not- well,
Dave and the dog have hit a rough patch.
Dave is
Already?
already.
Yeah.
Dave's firing on all cylinders for a lot of reasons. I mean, well, wait, hang on. They're having trouble with mics. Is his mic on? Yes. Okay. I mean, you get in You got in at 8. I mean, the
got
place
in
was
early.
empty,
Well, it's empty at
until 10.
Yeah, right.
That is fucking crazy.
Nuts. Because it's like I just bought the company. You know I'm here.
And you're already clowning Rico and shit, so it wasn't
Correct.
like he's it's like happy-go-lucky.
And I don't like the people who weren't here. Nate, Tommy, Marty. These guys, I just saved their lives. Like
Literally.
quite
Thank you,
literally.
thank you.
If you don't work here, you have nowhere to work. You know that, Nate. You said it.
Oh yeah, I was looking
And you
at
just come limp. I take it to you come limping in at like 10:20. It's actually astounding.
That was particularly empty too. Like
It was no.
it was
I wrote what it.
zero.
The only reason I went out there was it was so deafening, the silence. I noticed it. I'm like, what is going on? There was nobody there, and you're the number one complainer, right? But it's like
No.
even you are.
No?
No.
Who complains more than you?
I've stopped caring.
Oh,
I
that's
know,
the biggest
really.
lie I told. Well, he cares. He doesn't care about the right
Well,
thing.
no,
He
now
cares.
it's like I bought, so everyone can just fucking. I guess they were slacking off before, but now they can really slack off. Smitty. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know. I know he's had 2 kids, but he said Penn offered him a 4-month maternity leave.
a paternity leave, but
4 months? Is that like?
Oh,
is
that
that,
can't be true. That's what usually like the mom gets, but I don't think the dad gets.
I don't know.
Quality.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm
maybe
gonna pop out another fucking kid if I get
Maybe.
4 months off. Jesus Christ.
4 months. I don't know if that's like.
Wait, so is that what he was saying? He was like, "That's
No,
why I didn't blog."
he's like, just so you know, I was offered a 4-month maternity leave, and I only took 4 weeks.
Oh, so like, just so you know, I'm actually working hard.
Well, no, he said he wasn't working hard, but listen, you always know everyone has personal lives, so I don't want to speculate because I haven't talked to him. I can't say for the better part of 15 years he's had an excuse for everything. So it's like, how many times can you cry wolf? But yeah, that whole, I just don't, it reminded me Frankie vaguely. Do you remember when he, like day 1, when he left, he's like, all right, I'm done here, 4 o'clock.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
But that also was, Frankie was like 20 whatever years old and like new to the company. A lot of this is like you have to know.
I think a big change, which, again, there's different elements. Like, believe it or not, Frank the Tank. I don't really fucking care when Frank the Tank gets in here because he's making content that people interact with 24/7. Again, the loser pen over there does not. Like, they don't have that. People do not care if they're just gone forever. So
Who would you say? What's the
a major change is going to be, I told Smitty, like, you're not a stay-at-home dad and working here. Like, that's out. If you want to stay at home, go work somewhere else. Right. But, like, either be in the office or don't work here unless Caleb Presley has fucking Sunday Conversation. Those people will be the same. I don't fucking care. If you
always been the case, though.
If you have your franchise,
you can go golf if
do whatever
makes
the
$1
fuck
billion.
you want.
Like,
if you're Nate Dogg, Tommy Smokes, the loser pen, you better fucking be here. And yes, 10 o'clock's, I get it. But
wait, what does that mean?
like 10 o'clock's usually, now it's old. Things have morphed. Like 10 o'clock is usually when I'd be like, you have to be there.
Right.
But in the old days, we were working
All
like
the fucking time.
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nate's drinking fucking red wine, like literally trying to get it to go. Like he can't afford, like pounding on the way out. Like I don't get how when I'm here briefly, it just shows like you are living in a fantasy. John Rich was fucking here. Austin's here, I think, the earliest.
But those are two of like, at least Austin's like your guy.
Yeah, and
those
my
guys
people
always know
My
it, right.
people always fucking know. I just don't get it. It's so disrespectful, honestly.
But it's also just
That's what I mean.
It's mere hours after.
That's what
everything.
I mean.
Like,
That's what I mean. It was
even if
so
it was a
disrespectful.
week from now, but day one,
it actually
you should
shows,
almost want to be here. You know what I mean?
Shows that you don't have any appreciation at all. Like you're just taking this all for granted. That's what it shows. And I'm not bullshitting. Like I was legit mad. People probably like, oh, he's back and he's doing it for show. The fucking place was dead ass empty.
Yeah, I have no reply. Like, yeah, should have been here.
To be fair, part of what we're doing in New York with the Chicago move was like we all knew we need to get back to like the office being
100%.
Like, so we knew that it's been dead and it's been just a place you come and go. So it's not like I guess that maybe is more to the point though. Is like we already knew that, so like now is the time to do it. That's we've been talking about Barstool Radio, and we were like we're doing it now because now's the time to do it. So the fact that there wasn't much of that is kind of crazy, but
it was empty. It was flat fucking empty over there.
Did you set an alarm or anything? Like, was there?
I mean, I work from home in the morning. Like,
I was saying on KC Radio, I woke up this morning.
I'm not gonna like argue with Dave here. Like, I work at night. I edit blogs till 1 in the morning. I work from home in the morning. Like, should have been here this morning. What is?
But ironically, like the earliest people here were me. I saw Kevin fight. Like the
but
that's the
not
thing.
ironic.
It's
It's fucking
always the
truth,
same
you know?
fucking thing. Like I was joking with Dan, and I was like, Smitty said he got 4 weeks maternity. He's like, I didn't take a day. Like he literally
he was
didn't
that
take
rough and
a
rowdy
fucking
when it
day.
he almost missed it.
But that's why Smitty, the stoolies will eat it up. Oh, I'm doing pus. No, you haven't done anything for 2 decades. That you haven't.
Right.
And the people who have are where they are because they have.
But I think it's also like.
At least Smitty be here so I can make fun of you. That's your only value.
Yeah, well, I think
That literally is all he brings. Just be a punching bag. That's all you're good at.
I think that's why Rico he'll be on a 1-year contract, but every single year he'll get a deal just for this moment of him being on vacation during the biggest moment in Barcelona.
Rico has taken 3 of the last 4 weeks off. It's funny because someone posted the Hank like on a rundown. Did you see I reposted it? And Hank took a vacation week right after we had Christmas, New Year's off. So 10 days off.
He doubled up.
Yeah, and I'm like, we just gave you, like, offices don't shut down like how we do. In the real world, you get July 4th off, and you're in the next day. You get Christmas off, you're in the next day. You don't get 10 fucking days. So then to backlog it with vacation like what Rico did, Hank did the same thing. He's like, well, your whole life is vacation. Rico's like, well, the fire department has 5 weeks. Well,
you're not at the
fire department. And Rico will never have more. Rico is the least motivated, laziest human I've ever met. The only way you can motivate him is if he thinks his job is done. He's proven that. So he should be on a month to month, never mind a year.
We have in the notes here, and I don't know if this is true. I'm assuming they did some research that he was on vacation for the last company meeting, and he was on vacation when he was fired.
Yeah,
he was fired during the company meeting before that.
He's never
for his last.
Every time I'm here, he's gone.
I mean, part of that is
he's in Aruba.
Part of that is Rico. Part of that is just that Rico is like the most unlucky guy in the world. That this could have materialized a week before, a week after, but it's always Rico. That's also his value is that he has the worst fucking timing in the world.
3 weeks out of the last 4, he's been again. I don't appreciate the pile on the people who take all of 4th of July off, and then it's like I'm taking the next week off. It's like we had just had a vacation.
Right. Also, who needs to? I'm done on like day 4 of a vacation. You're on day like 14.
And he keeps doing his thing. He's like, well, my sister invited me here. I had no choice. My wife invited me here. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you've got forced at gunpoint to go to Aruba? And who goes to fucking Aruba in August?
I love when people say that stuff to you as if Dave Portnoy is going to care at all about, like,
everyone has
sister's plans, you know?
Everyone has an excuse.
It's like, but I would never in a million years be like, well, my mom planned an event. Like, he's going to be like, I don't fucking care about that.
Yeah, it's just.
The people who are new, I guess I get it, but like the people who have been around know the deal.
Yeah, there's no.
Or I thought I would think
we have to get the offices going again.
Yeah,
that's
right.
If people don't want to come in, they won't work here.
Well, I was just saying on KFC Radio, the only way you really make content is if you want to.
Totally.
It's not even about money. Like, you can make money and you can become a star and all that shit, but it's just about I like doing it and I want to be funny, be the best, be first on the scene. And if you don't want it, probably the only way to motivate people is saying you're going to lose.
Right.
Otherwise, it just has to.
That was always the mentality. It's like, well, we don't really care about vacation because it was all content people. It's like, well, if you're not making content, like that's hurting you as much as it is us. Like Rico, one of his shticks is Little League Baseball. Like, that is what he talks about. Guess what's going on right now?
No, is it?
Little League Baseball.
Oh, no.
Like, the regionals are going on. ESPN
that's
constantly right
it's
now.
It's like, taking a vacation in the middle of the Mets World Series.
This is
what
what he talks about 24/7. And I guess he asked Hank if we'd send him to a regional game or something. But you turn on the TV, almost nonstop on ESPN, there's the Little League regionals getting ready to go to Williamsport. And he's off on Aruba. So whatever. Do you, Rico? I mean, it's like, and then he'll be shocked. And he's another one. He quite literally has no other options. He lied about Odyssey. They didn't want his crazy ass. He has nowhere to go.
Has he had like a mea culpa with you? Has he been like, I'm sorry? Or like,
what?
About this? Like, has there been, no?
He just, I got it. Yeah. Like, Dan thought he was joking. When I came in, I thought people were joking. It's like, where's Rico? Like, he's on vacation. I'm like, haha, where is he?
Yeah.
And then Gaz texted me. He's like, I think he's in Aruba.
We debated. We were like, do you think he just gets on a plane and flies back?
Because that wouldn't be a question in my mind. I would, just to not deal with the wrath, I would be back here.
I think that's a Milton thing.
I would have been back here.
He's a lifelong Oblo guy. He just has always Oblos.
Bridge.
Like, you don't have normal job. That's what drives me crazy. It's like, what happens if you just have a normal job? You have to show up every single day. Like, that's not, look, I had an Oblo. I can't be there. Like, what are you talking about? You show up, and that's what you do at 99% of 9 to 5s.
But this is ruining the vacation anyway, right? So why?
Yeah, you're not even having fun anymore. If you think that he's just like puts down the phone and is like, whatever, babe.
I
let's
even
hit the
saw,
beach,
did
like,
I overhear Frankie? I saw it being like he should call in the radio, and he's not going to or something?
No, I think he already has called into the previous show. I think he called into Pick Central.
Yeah, but
I think he will be calling in. I think the plan is probably to do the last call like he used to do. So I would be stunned if he did not do that.
and how? Well, I still don't get you. I know you're just like, I'm sorry, but it's like,
That's it. Yeah. What do you want me to fight you?
no, I don't want you to fight you.
I think it's more that it just kind of, it's like you showed your true colors a little bit, where it's like there wasn't one part of your brain that said like I should be there or I want to be there. Like,
I work from home in the morning. Then I got here at 10:30.
but I think the vibe should be like, I'm gonna work from the office today because it's day one of like the new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like obviously
Just a
in
brain-
retrospect, should have been here a half hour.
I mean, I will say it's just been a long time since the office has mattered, so I'm sure people are on autopilot. But I think this should have probably kickstarted.
it
something.
seemed more aware yesterday.
Yeah. Like it was. It was.
Wasn't yesterday.
Yes, there was a palpable energy, and then it was a fucking morgue in the morning.
really good vibes yesterday.
Yeah.
Tommy hasn't spoken in a half an hour.
I just
so.
didn't know what to. I did go through my head. I was like, I want to be there early today. I got in at 9:50. I should have been here earlier. I thought
Right, that, and I get it because content's different, but like people, if anyone's listening,
in the real world they'd be like,
they are throwing up. You're like, I got to get there early. So they're at 9:50. Like,
I know
that
that's
is
early
like
in general.
fucking
I
nuts.
just thought, well, my morning, I really thought it was going to go differently. I walked in with this jumpsuit and I saw nobody here. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm one of the first ones here. Didn't go that way. I should have been here even earlier.
Yeah. Well, it also hurts that you were actually at the office at 8. You said.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't sleep. I'm old. I don't sleep.
Yeah, you can't.
I literally.
Dude, it's every
I just
5 a.m. I'm
I
like,
just
I guess I'll just start the
just
day.
up.
It's brutal.
Go to bed early. Last night I went to bed late, but I generally go to bed pretty early and wake up pretty early now.
Okay, so wait. All of this shit aside, how are you feeling? Because I think
Great.
I
but
think
it's
people
like,
can tell. By the way,
I don't want to have to be here. Like I
Yeah.
still have tax things in Florida, so I got to live there half the year. I'm worried if I'm not in here, the trash section of the office, the trash pen, is just gonna
big pen,
sit there and do nothing.
I plan on taking it upon myself to make the office a better place, but I'm not like interested in
babysitting.
Yeah, like if you want to do it, but I'm not gonna be like you weren't here and you have to be here. It's just like then you're out. Like we won't do content with you. Like so,
I think that's got to change a little bit. That like Smitty, just because he's been here for 2 decades, you don't get to be here another 2 decades being a stay-at-home dad. Like that's robbing. That's stealing. So we got to change that. Like show up or don't show up. Even if you just sit there to like again, if Smitty's not in the office when the paintball gun goes by his head, that content doesn't like you just have to be in the mix for those moments to happen.
Totally.
They don't
It's
happen.
just be there.
Right. If you're sitting at home. So that's going to change.
But all of this aside, before this shit started, I think yesterday people, I don't know if it's like chicken or the egg, but I think people were like, you can tell Dave is like,
Well, I'm happy,
and
yeah.
like,
And it's like you don't want to see the company's been around for 20 years, and there's a select group. And I said it in our meeting, which is probably what I keep going back. You're going forward, I'm going back. But the select people know we reverse unionized in a way. Like the people, the leadership, the people who've been here a long time, like stuck together to ensure the future of Barstool Sports. I would say that, like, I'm fucking very rich and, like, could have fucked off and been, like, very happy. I saved Nate and the fucking trash people over there. So I'm very happy about that because I like Barstool, and it should be a quirky, weird place that you don't have to worry about those cards on the desk that are like report and be a narc and all that shit.
Was nuts.
That's crazy, those cards.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many HR people we got? It's like, oh, we don't need, like, go back to just being as much as you can. I'm sure the laws of society still apply to us. Like, that's why I'm like,
go back to the old.
I don't
old
know,
ways.
like, maternity leave just because we're private. I can't be like, Smitty, you get 0 maternity leave. I don't think I can do that. So
He's called a maternity.
whatever it is, like, I don't know. There's still general laws of civilization we have to follow, and I don't even know what those are. Like, old days, Smitty, like, you're not taking a day off.
Yeah.
It's like, so, but I'm happy. And Barstool is very secure. So that's like when it all shook out, not that we envisioned it this way, it really was, I think, the best thing that could have happened. It's almost like when the ESPN thing failed for Van Talk.
Yeah.
And you look back, like,
Blessing in disguise.
I think the way this all went was really good.
No, but I mean, it all worked out. But I do think, obviously you were at a point for years now where if you wanted to, you could have just been like, I'm out.
Right.
And you guys,
I didn't
do
think
whatever.
I'd ever own it like how I didn't see that coming. So, like, that was a refreshing,
Yeah, that's your baby that you got back. Like,
right.
I know, I'm sure part of you was happy to get rich, but giving up Barstool even to Chernin was probably a little bit like, holy shit.
Yeah, I had the same feeling I've had the 3 times we've done shit. Like the Chernin deal, the Penn deal, and this one, where when you're in it, a lot's happening. It almost doesn't feel real. And then when it happens, it's relief. Like the first time, it's like a little bit of money. So, like, I'm not going to be broke. Second one, it's like, whoa, I'm rich now. Like, I'm never going to have to worry about money. And now it's like maybe more of a legacy.
I was going to say,
like
once you get your money, you go on to legacy shit.
Yeah, like Barstool is back because I was, I didn't really know what the future would be for it. But now I do think it'll die at our hands or continue to go.
I mean, when you said it could go on to my children, I was touched.
Yeah, right. Because who else is going to have it right now?
Would you rather have my kids at their age right now run the company or Nate? My kids get up early.
How old are your kids now?
7 and 6.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
I have a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Are you, like, reinvigorated now? Like, I feel like all the money in the world can't make you as happy as, like, yelling at Smitty or fucking with Rico. Are you just, like, fired up to...
No, I'm not. No, I mean, I do like doing that, but again, it's gonna be hard for me to be in New York City a lot because I do have to be, and I'm not going back to like fucking babysitting everybody. So I'll try to be here more, but I still have to do half the year in Miami.
No thought of just fucking off Miami and just...
It's too much money.
But what is money? Numbers.
No, but I've factored everything I've done to this point with tax bills, so it's like I'd be so fucked. Maybe down the road when it's like. But I still there's a shit ton of money still coming in.
Yeah.
How nice was that yesterday? Like, we were talking about how, like, we all felt like we became, like, fans again.
Yeah.
Like, how sick was that walking around the office, be like, everyone here fucking loves
I don't know, like 99% of the people.
There's a lot of big...
Well, like, everyone, like,
I've told
like,
this story. I can tell it. It's fucking Pete the other day. Some fucking guy. I don't know who he is. Green, orange hair, kind of bigger. And, like, at the time, I didn't want him to quit. I still don't really know who he is. Fucking Stu Feiner just put a hat on him that says Stu Feiner and Friends, this mesh hat. Comes in my office. He's like, I'm going to need you to, like, give me access to your black card. I was like, who are you?
What?
Yeah.
Your black card?
Yeah. He's like, we got to shut people off. I'm like, I just cut him. I'm like, who are you? And this is before the announcement when I knew I was, like, about to take the company back. And I was just like, who the fuck is this
I'm
guy?
envisioning the scene from...
I went and yelled at Pete. I go, this guy works for you, Pete? You let him walk into my office and be like, I need access to your fucking black card? Like, are you nuts, Pete?
I'm envisioning Longshanks from Braveheart when he's like, who is this person?
Yeah.
He throws him out the fucking window.
Yeah.
Surprised that
One of the
guy's not
sales
dead.
guys didn't reply to me the other day, and I was just like, I can't wait. Yeah.
See, I think there's just a
How's
lot of that.
Sausage feeling right now?
I don't know how he's still here. I mean, I guess he's a good salesman. He's been doing stuff. And I don't personally, hate him, but he
Oh, that was the fucking. You can see the smirk.
Sausage started showing up to my hotels in Miami, swimming in my pools when I used to stay at the one hotel.
No.
And I was very vocal about that, where I stayed in Miami. One day I just see Sausage floating across the water. I'm like, this motherfucker knows I stay here.
No.
Yeah, Sausage.
Some of these moves, I'm just like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, Sausage.
I would never be like, I'm gonna go to
Remember
Dave's
Frankie
hotel.
was stuffing his fat fucking face with shrimp cocktail
So Dave, today we
at the Kentucky Derby.
Today we interviewed someone for a 4-play role, a business role, and the first thing he led with was I grew up with Sage, and I'm really good friends with him, so that combination will be great for you guys.
Yeah.
And I went on to tell the story about how this guy put us basically into the closet at the Kentucky Derby while he stuffed his face with fucking long leg crab legs. It was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. I'm like, you're looking at Dave on the other side of the glass, and he's waving to Dave. Hi, Dave. The AC's nice in here.
We went to the Kentucky Derby, and I do horse events. Like, those are my private time. But they sold an ad, and they put me and Frankie at a table with people who they couldn't stand. They're so drunk. And they were just, like, fans and talking. It was awful. And he looked across the room. Sausage was at the buffet, just stuffing his face with, like, shrimp cocktail. I reamed him out for it. That's when your boy saw me. I called him down. I said it to his face. I'm like, you fucking stuffing your face, you fat fuck. That's what made me go up and
Brock Nelson from the New York Islanders was getting a tour of the office, and he's like, oh, is Dave in? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, the boss man's here. You're going to get to see him. Like, you're getting the full tour.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, as we're about to walk up to Dave's office, you hear, you piece of shit, you fucking loser. Like, you're putting me, and he's screaming
lots
at
of
him.
stuff still. I don't know, as a private company like that, you can call people.
Yeah.
fucks.
Well, no. Now you can again.
Can you?
I think you had less. Oh, you're saying like the rules still
Yeah,
apply?
like what if Sage was like,
You're gonna-
hey,
yeah.
my boss one time went up and went through my trash because he accused me of eating double Shake Shacks, which I did. Like that was when Biz bought the Shake Shack.
Yes.
I went up and I went through his trash. I'm like, I know it was you, Sage. Can you still get
Who
sued for
would
that?
be the person to get you in trouble for that? Like what?
Like
Well,
I think he would have to like personally sue or
I
something.
think
right?
there's still rules of society.
OSHA.
Like, I don't know if you can call people like fat fucks like that. I don't know.
I think.
Listen,
I
if we're
think-
not. Come on. Let's just shut the whole fucking thing down if we can't call people fat fucks anymore.
I don't know how that works.
Well,
You-
someone probably knows how it works.
Oh, there he is. Law and Order dropped the greatest drop in radio history. If you're not familiar with the show, this is Dave's father, Mr. Portnoy, Mike Portnoy on the line. He used to be a regular caller of Barstool Radio, joining us once again.
He blames that he doesn't still have a show on Glenny Balls, like to the grave.
Glenny stopped the cousin show?
Yes.
Because why, he didn't want to host it anymore or
So
something?
he was incompetent. Like, Glenny
Oh.
Balls was the reason my dad show didn't work.
Oh.
My dad.
How we doing, Mr. Portnoy?
I'm doing all right.
How are you feeling? I mean, this is a big moment for you, too. Your son, did it once again.
By the way, Kevin, I like you a lot. You're a good guy.
Uh-huh. I don't know where this is going.
No, I'm just saying. I want to compliment you.
Oh.
Is my son, did he leave? Did my son leave?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
Good.
We kept this secret pretty well, I thought.
I was going to ask, did you tell your parents?
Yeah, my parents knew.
Okay.
And we said nothing
Well, I would hope so.
to anybody.
Well, I could see that being by accident. He wouldn't do it on purpose,
Yeah,
but
I would hope you know us. I would hope you know us well enough. There are times you can rely on us, no matter what it is.
I don't think you deserve, I don't know. I told you guys what was happened, and you kept it a secret. That kind of goes with the territory.
I'm not looking for. I'm not.
Sounds like you are looking for, roses.
Yeah, let me tell you something, too. You're talking about nobody being there this morning. I remember this from a long time ago, that there were a few times I guess I must have been in the office, and then you came in after I got there. And I think, I don't know if I ever said it to you, but I always remember that I noticed the minute you showed up, things changed with the people that were working there. Before you got there, nobody was really looked like they were hustling, so to speak. But 5 minutes after you arrived, everything changed, and that was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
that's
remember.
probably not just me. That's any boss. Like they show up,
Oh,
you
yeah.
try to, but that right, correct.
Yeah, right, any boss. But I think the difference with you is because you have a tendency to, you're loose with the employees. You don't say anything until something goes wrong.
Correct.
Some bosses are really, they're just sons of bitches. You are not. So that
I give our people
You don't micromanage. You
enough
wait and then
rope to
then they hang themselves.
Great
Yeah,
boss. Great boss.
right. I think when I saw what happened this morning, I mean, to some extent, it's human nature. I mean, there are some people that are self-motivated. Many, many, many people are not. And I guess you got to. The part about being a boss is to know the ones that are self-motivated and the ones that have to have a constant shove.
Well,
That's
yeah.
part of
To
being
be honest, though,
a leader.
Barstool has if you look at the successful, they're self-motivated, and the least successful sit in the trash pen. That's for the most part how it works.
But you know what? It is. It's. I think it's. If you really dealt with you or the old Barstool, like Feidelberg was saying, he went into like autopilot mode where he was like, I got to get up and go. Like he wasn't even thinking about it. He was like, I got to be at work today.
It was crazy this morning. I didn't even think. I didn't have a thought until I was on the subway, and I was like, wait, I'm in the office earlier than I usually am today.
And to be honest, like old Milton, like people were there. Like everyone was kind of there early, like and leave late and work all the time. That's just kind of how it was.
But it was
They
a
wanted
much,
to do it.
Dave, that was a much smaller group of people.
Very well aware of that.
Yeah, no, but I think there is some truth to like we worked around the clock, not only because I wanted to, but we add equity and you're invested in it, and like
Well,
you can't expect the
No, right.
300th hire to be the same as the third hire.
I
but
agree with
there's
that.
still also we're also asking you to just get in before 10.
That
a.m.
group are people who should know better. Like
Yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
people. There's different levels of equity. Like equity, yeah, you cash out. There's equity. I have a job for life.
Yeah. Right.
So like,
Yeah, guaranteed paycheck. Until you die.
correct. All you got to do is
Well, I
like
think
act
Dave-
interested.
I don't know what I'm trying to say too is neither here nor there. But as far as Barstool, you can go a long way at Barstool with really not working that hard. You won't.
The understatement of the century from Mr.
100%.
Portnoy. Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, in a lot of places, you get fired if you're not working hard. At Barstool, you just don't advance.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Probably to a fault. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And as I'm ripping people, like I shouldn't be all over. Like Tommy's taking it. He was late today. Tommy, you put out a lot of content. So like
Thank you.
it's different levels. But the whole thing of everyone not being there at once was
Well, I also think
You
that
get that clip maybe.
when that happens, you're also gonna trash the names and the people you know because you can't trash the nameless faces.
yeah. right.
There's a
So like
sick,
Tommy's gonna.
there's a sick part of me. It's like at least he's
Yeah,
saying
but
my
but
name.
honestly, it's kind of true. It's like
Yeah.
Tommy does do a lot, and he's gonna be part of the show and all that shit. But in the moment, who's he gonna make fun of? He doesn't even know that guy's name or this person who doesn't work here. It's gonna be you guys.
If I showed up even later, I might have been. I walked in right as he finished the roll call. And I think I was fresh on the mind.
No, I was getting them all as they were coming in.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that my people always advance in the company and pass me because it's like if you're my person, you can't do that. Like,
Dude,
you
I've even
can't
said to
do
my
that.
people because obviously we're very different styles, and I'm like, Dave's guys never fuck up because he like reams them out and they know. And I was like, I just don't do it that way. But like, please don't make me do that. Like, please. But you know what? They still fuck up sometimes. And like, this is why Dave runs his ship the way he does. They never fuck up or miss or late or whatever.
And you get early, like Austin's great. He's here I don't even know he sleeps because I can text him at 4 a.m. He's back to me. But
Yeah.
even when he fucks up or does something wrong, I don't get that mad. I mean, I'll be like, you're an idiot, but I know he's always on top. Frankie, Gaz, not as much, but back in the day, and obviously Hank. Like they're all. It's just if it's expected to you and you do it and you're dependable and you're every day. That's your job. You do it.
Hey, Mr. Portnoy, have you seen or noticed a difference in Dave since this happened?
When you say when it was, since
Since he got the company back,
now?
like since he,
It's
yeah.
only been like 5 minutes.
Well, but knowing that, just as this was all developing, like knowing he was going to get the company back and everything, I think some people here were like, wow, Dave was, a little more happy and, kind of interacting. Did you notice anything on the family front?
I never think he's especially happy when he deals with me.
That's probably true.
I'm not overly cheery happy in general.
Yeah, it's not your disposition. But that's why I think it was yesterday. People were like Rhea said that you came over and congratulated her and Fran, and you.
I would have done that no
Nate
matter
to
what.
dinner,
I saw
and,
them.
It was a little more unusual.
Nate was unusual.
How did the dinner?
Dave,
Did he just invite himself?
It was very kind.
David,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question, Dave.
Yes.
I'm just curious. What do you, if you had to critique yourself as a manager, what do you think of yourself as a manager?
Well, everyone says I never say good job to anybody.
You think you should?
Probably people would like it, but I don't care.
Hank and I have talked about that before, where I think I forget the exact number, to be totally honest, but I think it's probably 4, and I think Hank.
Yeah, I don't say it much. You have to do something really good for me, good job.
I think everybody
But I
can
think
count
that-
on one hand and remember the times
I can
that
tell you
you
the
got
dates:
the out of.
November 16th, 2018, and July 19th, 2019.
That's probably true, knowing Tommy.
Yeah,
It is the
yeah.
exact dates, right? Yeah.
But I think that in going about life, sometimes I'm I wish you said it more. But then when you think about it, you're like, well, I know the times now.
That you
Right.
really, yeah, you did
It's
it right.
real. I say, hey, good job to people all the time. I never fucking mean it.
Mhm.
I imagine
You mean
you
it.
mean it. With
Yeah, I mean it if I say it, and I kind of expect people to just do their jobs, and I don't know. Yeah, that's just not my personality. So
Dave once sent
I
an
mean,
email.
there's two ways of looking at it.
Yeah.
Some people need a little encouragement. That's one way. But the other thing is, if you're somebody like Dave, you throw these things, the compliments around like hubcap covers. When you finally do say something nice to somebody, I'm sure it means more. That's just human beings are like that.
For sure.
So, and you're going to be the way you are. That's one thing nobody ever said about you, David, is that you're not who you appear to be, which is a compliment. I like to think of myself as being the same way. I'm complimenting myself. There's no with me or you. What you are is what you get.
yeah, no, that's for
Better
sure.
or worse.
You guys are like that.
I was gonna say Dave once sent an email. It was during COVID, and we were doing pizza reviews, and then I did a video early in the morning before he even knew that I was doing these videos, and he sent a company-wide email, giving me a pat on the back, kind of. And I remember reading it that night, and I pulled over. I was driving in the car. I pulled over and I wept.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god, I wept. I fucking wept.
Did you know that he cried?
I didn't know he cried. I mean,
It was like a
Frankie.
movie scene being I fucking did it. I was because
Bro,
it's fucking
you-
earned when you work for Dave. You're not getting
yes,
them.
I
You
know,
gotta
I
pry
know.
it
But
out of
listen,
'em.
you cried at Jimmy Fallon.
Oh no, this was a real cry.
You,
This
yeah,
is
like-
he cries at a lot, but that is maybe the most pathetic cry
no,
I've
it
ever
was
heard.
it was fucking doing it, man. Dave just said good job.
You alone at least?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
the COVID times, me and Frankie were working around the clock.
Yeah.
We were
Unboxing
doing
and
those
shit.
unboxings. I would have to upload the video to him because it was a 2 to 3 hour to 4 hour video. That takes so long. So we're done at 2 or 3 in the morning. He'd get it, and then he'd have to edit it at 3 in the morning. So, and then I was going to bed doing DDTG when I woke up, and it was just a never-ending cycle.
That is
It was-
tough. That was a
It
tough
was
time.
actually quite depressing.
Yeah, that whole time was trying to make content was just it was a grind.
And then it's you hit something, and you have to keep doing it because we're unlike Smitty, who when he played Fortnite and had the most concurrent views in the history of the game, decided he was going to go sleep and not play anymore. Which, in a nutshell, explains the difference.
that was one of the craziest individual moves of all time.
Just-
I was like, oh, he made it. He finally did it. And,
No, he's like, I'm done with this. He just, again, he General Smitty.
I forgot about that.
yeah. All right. Well, so we'll be.
David.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Mr.
One
Portnoy.
last question.
Ah.
David,
Yes,
what's the over-under on the attendance tomorrow?
it'll be high.
Oh, people will be in at 7 a.m.
Yeah, it'll
The
be high.
Chairs will be packed. It'll be like fucking church on Sunday.
It'll be high.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Portnoy, we're going to be doing Barstool Radio, regularly. So feel free to call in.
I love doing this. I'm not getting paid anyway, so give me somebody to
Fuck,
talk
does
to.
You knew that was coming. Maybe you can get the cousins back up. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I mean, the house isn't.
Doesn't look promising.
Yeah, I think he's done, probably pretty good by you financially.
Has the atomic clock gotten working, Mr. Portnoy?
No, you know something? I enjoyed that so much the other day, Feidelberg. I got to say.
I did.
Did you hear this, Dave?
Yeah, the atomic clock.
Yeah, I mean,
He-
all-time draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Portnoy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
I think
Later, Dave.
one question, a burning question that a lot of people want to know, or a lot of people are making assumptions or thinking, how much did Mincy play into this? Have you seen the meme of the dominoes?
Yeah.
Like Mincy being the small one, Dave buying back Barstool's the big one?
Honestly, Mincy, in the scheme of all this going down, this would be more a Penn question than me, but I think it probably played a bit of just overall Penn's, like, every time we try to do something,
there's a roadblock.
Barstool does something, you know?
Yeah.
Because that was all regulator shit, and people don't believe it. It was a lot. So Mincy, in his own way, maybe played a factor in it. Yeah.
There was a clip from the Mincy day that never saw the light of day. Is that
Never.
never?
No, that's never.
Oh, that was
Some things that will still never see the light of day.
And I guess I think other people are wondering. So like you'll be in Miami.
Yeah, I guess I'm
you'll
gonna do my
be-
minimum.
yeah,
like 181, 182, whatever it is.
So it seems like when the year starts over, you come to New York a lot, and then you'd rather burn your days rather than stagger them.
No, the beginning of the year I'm Miami, and then
Okay, well yeah, that's what I mean. Like
summer I come to Montauk, and it doesn't matter where I am. I can be anywhere. But so my original plan was not to come back to Montauk a month later and stay June. Yeah, I want to stay June in Miami. House wasn't ready. So
fucking house, man.
yeah, it's ready now. Okay. So I got to go accumulate the days because the college football show, like even the college football show, with the rules that we're under with Penn, because the mass gambling regulators are such idiots, they were basically like, wouldn't let us do the college football show. We weren't allowed to do it. So
meaning like on campuses. You can still do the show, but you couldn't be with the kids.
Correct.
College.
So once this started taking shape, I just said Penn changed their mind. We can do the college football show.
I heard a couple people in production were like, Dave said we can go to the colleges. I don't know why, but like whatever. And I was like,
yeah, right. Like that guy Rob.
Yeah,
he was up me and Dan's assholes to make sportsbook commercials. Sportsbook. Nope, not gonna do it yet. Yeah. But that means I'm gonna be on the road more. So I gotta go get my days. So I don't want to be in Miami in August. Who would? Yeah. Like it's gonna be
like football season obviously is big. But like off season stuff, you'll still be doing content and
yeah. I mean, I
kind of the same.
I've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
I saved Nate's life.
Thank you.
Save all those people. So I'll do more. It's not gonna be like early days when I'm fucking grinding 24/7.
No. Was there any thought of you that you wanted to retire at the same age as Tom Brady? Keep in lockstep with,
I
with the goat.
I didn't give that much thought.
All right.
Are you going to be paying more attention to everything now in New York?
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
Oh, real quick.
What was your attention level before?
0.
Yeah, you could have got away with murder.
Zero.
Yeah.
0.
Like you weren't keeping up with any content.
Something was the only way it would happen would Gaz, and I yell at him. He'd send me something, and I get like mad. I'm like, "Why are you trying to aggravate me right now? Just let me be. I don't give a fuck. Like it is what it is." I mean, I didn't care what like a lot of people were doing. I was still very involved in like Penn. Sportsbook? How do we grow? I was still very much in that world, but what like the dog was doing back here, not as much.
You meant we'll wrap up in a couple minutes because the act's at 1, but you glossed over it. But I want people to know the story, the details. So on the front desk were business cards that said, if you see something in the workplace that you're uncomfortable with or don't like, call this number
anonymously.
Anonymously can submit a complaint, and we will like take care of it. And as you wrapped up the announcement, it was a huge rush. Everyone walking in the hallway, and you walked right to the and you grabbed them. And I didn't even know what they were at that point. But you walked right to the desk. Ebony was there. You just grabbed the cards. You're like, we're fucking done with these. And I was like, I don't even know what these things are.
Narc cards.
We had narc cards. Is like, I'll tell you
that must be like
that's toxic, man.
Yeah,
that ain't right.
That must be like a regulated industry. Like they have no choice. Like again, Penn does get a bad rap, like for the things that they have to do.
The government requires it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't ask my dad. Like I don't know. Like I think Sausage, I trust Sausage enough where he's not going to rat on me, but like I don't know that I can go just like that guy out there in the pink is the one who I think wanted my Amex card. He may be able to rat on me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, so yeah, when you were still really running it, it was like
I knew everybody.
yeah, I knew like literally.
That was the biggest
now
falling out with
there's
Smitty.
like
When Smitty got mad about when I filmed in the shower,
yeah.
which it was trying to be, I think it was a Brady video I was trying to show him, and he went crazy. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just never talk to you again.
right. I remember that, but now there's so many people that like
You don't know.
know, and you don't know who you can trust, who you can
Correct.
joke with, who you can,
Like the dog,
Hey,
I know you're not going to sue.
I won't.
So I'll unload the clip on you.
It's almost like
Well, we have
you.
Dave, we're workshopping Dave and the dog.
Oh, David the dog
He was
live every
pitching-
day.
He was pitching that last night.
When he said
Like I would get a glass of wine, like the dog, and then the more I had, the doggier it got. But I think we have our new DPS.
when you
don't.
Dave like you like walked by and it was like pretty like right after the announcement and Nate went Kraken Aces is safe and Dave did the smirk of like
Yes.
that's when you know you got
Did it.
Dave like he was like Kraken Aces.
It's funny because I know he thinks it's a good show.
It literally.
That's what makes it actually like funny because he is like mad right now. Like look at him.
I know.
No.
What cracking aces is.
No, you don't.
We do it out of love of the game, not for the celebrity of it.
Yeah, right. That's why you're
I
like,
don't
if
do
I
it for-
sell this many and I do this and I get this, it's a full time.
We just wanted to do the show again, and you said yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we just wanted to do the show.
I know
Love
you
of the
don't
game. It's
know
all love
that
of the
it
game.
stinks.
It's right. Of course I do, Dave.
No, you
I'm the
don't.
one on it.
Okay.
Come on.
He's fuming. I love it.
I'm not doing.
Real quick before we wrap up, is there any calls? Is there a call? Pipe them in.
You guys can't hear that?
No.
I could kind of
Vaguely hear it.
This room's a disaster.
All
by the way.
right. Frankie's like,
I've
it's
been
not up to
getting-
my
I'm
standards.
never doing this again. I did it already with Barstool
Is he
Radio.
on or is he
This
not?
is a
Oh, do we got
nightmare.
Rico?
You got Rico on. We played his fucking music. Nothing's working. Rico, you're on.
Audio was bad before. I mean, you know the call here is going to be shitty. So can you hear me before we
Yeah,
start?
we
Yes, we got you. We got you. Go ahead.
Are you in Aruba?
Yeah, I'm in Aruba.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. It's nice, but what do you want? You want the mushy stuff or you want the dog back? Because you said it. You said you got to change. You got to change. I don't think you could ever change. The man sitting right there, he changed my life. I've been thrown once again another fucking lifeboat of a drowning man. If I was at Odyssey, no joke, I think we're allowed to say this again, I probably would have killed myself. I think we're allowed to talk like that again. I'm sure Stu's going to find that line and Jerry too. But, yeah, I got another lifeline. And it took me 10 years to realize, like, the great coaches like Phil Jackson and Bill Belichick, they're going to ride you till there's nothing left. And the old saying is diamond turns shitheads into – or pressure turns shitheads into diamonds. I think I'm like a QZ right now or a CZ, a cubic zirconia, but hopefully I turn into a diamond. And this man, we know it's going to be right. You know, the dog. We were house pups for a while. We were house pups, and now all the dogs are unleashed. The wild dogs are out. We know. I guess it's Dave has experience with doggy style. We're back to doing it. We're going to get ridden, and that's how it's going to go, folks. Like, get in. The best coaches are the ones who ride you the most. And Dave has thrown me a bunch of lifeboats. And I talked to Kevin last night. I said, if you don't want me to call, you're like, I fucked over a lot of people. And I realized when I was drowning, people are more likely to save you if you were helping them with lifeboats instead of throwing fucking cement blocks at them. And I threw cement blocks at a lot of people for 10 years. So if they're keeping score and they want to throw them back at me, I totally get it. I fucked up. And I hope people are seeing the change each day as it goes, trying to laugh with it a little bit more.
All right,
the
Rico.
government
Whatever.
needs-
This call's no good, Rico.
I'm just saying,
I will say enough, Rico. I will say one last thing before we go, because I know the act's waiting. But Francis did dead serious walk into my office, sit down, and goes, I got a couple blogs that haven't been published. That I like suicide, you name it, like dark shit. Like, all right, yeah.
Are we
you can do
back?
it.
Are
He's
we
like-
back?
And he's just in that frenzy. He's like, I'm very excited. dark shit. Talk about killing himself, hanging. He's like, okay, good. I'm very excited.
All right, we're back. Everybody head over to the Yak YouTube. And seriously, Dave, thank you. Yeah, I know you were very loyal to everybody at the company, so we appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow and all next week.